Alright everybody, today on the KushCrib we are going to be baking peanut butter cookies and sugar cookies. So what you're going to need is sugar cookies and peanut butter cookies, of course. You're also going to need some vanilla extract along with some lecithin. You can get granule lecithin or you can get soy lecithin. You're going to need your eggs, mixer, stove, cookie tray, parchment paper, and you're good to go. When making cookies, you want to use actual butter, infused cannabis butter. So I got a whole bunch here that I infuse, and you can watch my butter video to learn how to infuse your butter, which I will be making a much better video in the future. Okay, so right now I've actually scooped out my butter. I had it in the fridge, so it's a little hard. When making cookies, you want to melt it a little bit, not completely, but just enough so that it's, you can work it into the cookies, because it's going to be a cookie dough and you're going to have to get it evenly mixed into your cookies. Okay, so I've weighed out, using just a plain old digital scale, I weighed out 125 grams of butter that's going to be going into my cannabis. We've got everything we need now set up and ready to go, so we're going to start by dumping in our cake mix. First things first. So there you go. And we got a cool thing now. We're going to be using the GoPro just to show you like everything going in, so it's going to look really cool, right? So there's our cake mix all inside. We've dumped the whole thing in. Next thing we're going to do, we are going to add in our weighed cannabis, which has already been pre-weighed and everything. This is about 125 grams. On the package will say 125 milliliters. It's just 125 grams of butter that you want to add. Just try to make sure that you do melt your butter. Usually you don't melt it with cookies, but you want to melt the cannabis butter so it gets in evenly inside of your baking. Now, as you can see here, I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of lecithin directly into the butter, just because it just mixes a lot better than adding it in the cake mix. So you just want to add that right into the butter that you've melted. Okay. We are now going to add a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Okay, that just helps to kind of cover off, take away the taste of the cannabis, right? And so you're not tasting that strong cannabis inside of your cookies, right? So now what we're gonna do is cover up our lecithin here. We're all done, guys. And now we are going to add our eggs into our cake mix. So I just want to show everybody, I usually go out of my way to buy natural, really good products. So these are omega-3 brown eggs. I don't cheap out on anything, guys. I always try to make sure I use the best quality stuff I can, okay? So there we go, there's one of our eggs. And usually what I do, it asks for 1. I usually put 2, guys. I like it, just that nice, rich cookie taste, So like Mama taught me, when they want 1, I always put 2. So now that we got our eggs added in, there's another cool little trick. There's also this magic baking powder. It's really good. It helps your cookies to be nice and fluffy, moist. Just really nice, So if you're looking for that, better texture and fluffy cookies, try a little bit of this. Just a tablespoon is all you need. And it does the job really, really well. Okay, guys? So I'm going to take about a tablespoon of that. I'm going to dump it in there. Once that is done, all we have left now to do is add in our water, right? So you hope you have your measuring cup. Going to add our mixer top on now. And the next ingredient we can add in is the cannabis. So we're going to add that in too right now. Make sure you get every single drop of that good stuff inside of your bowl. It's very, very important. Don't mix anything, especially the little lecithin molecules or the granules. You want to make sure you get all those in, because that really helps in the digestion process, the breakdown process of the cannabinoids, so that people will feel it much quicker. And talking about that, I'm actually going to add 1 more tablespoon of lecithin, which it should have been 2, guys. So you can add 2 if you wanted to kind of kick in quicker, instead of maybe like just adding the 1 and it could take a little bit longer. So it really works well, guys. So I recommend you use it So there's our other tablespoon right there. Now we gotta do is add in our water. Allow the mixture to mix really well. With cookie doughs, it's gonna be a little tricky sometimes because it will turn into like one dough. So you do want to kind of get it a good mix off the bat. It's gonna be one big clump, right? So we are going to add by the mixtures. It looks like we need 1 tablespoon, 15 milligrams of water, okay? So that's all you're putting. 1 tablespoon of water, guys. A little bit bigger than a tablespoon, but we're going to work it same way. There we go, guys. Nice bottled water. Nothing from the tap. So we got all our ingredients in. We've added in our we've added in our butter. We've added in our water, and we've added in our actual cannabis. So again, I was showing the peanut butter cookies, but that is a little bit different, right? So with this one, sugar cookies actually is a little different. The recipe is 125 margarine or butter, cannabis infused. You're then going to put 1 egg. Okay, I added 2 just because, you know, give that a little moisture along with the magic butter baking powder. And that's about it. I did add that 15 ml, 1 tablespoon of water, just in case, you know, just to kind of make the mixture a little bit better, okay guys? So now we're going to move on to getting this thing mixed up. Sometimes we do like to color our cookies, but I think I'm just going to keep them normal this time around, right? So you want to get a really good mixture, guys. Make sure those cookies is mixing really, really well. You want that cannabis spread out really evenly and mixed throughout your dough. Always good to use baking spatula along the sides just to push down any excess dough that might get up around the side while it's mixing. Okay? And then I'm going to show you one cool trick after we mix it up a good bit, okay? It smells good. That's how we like it, cooking up in the kitchen. KushCrib kitchen style. So I finally got my mix done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to saran wrap this the top of this bowl that I put the mix into, just the completed mixture, and just so that it can harden a little bit. This is just a cool trick. Leave it in the freezer for like 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes, and the dough will get harder. And then that way it's easy for you to make out your cookie, your cookie doughs on the sheet. And I'm gonna show you that. But that's a little trick. Just put in the freezer 10 minutes. It will come out nice and a little bit harder, so you can make out your little cookie balls. Okay. Alright everybody, so we have done our sugar cookies. Now we are moving on to peanut butter cookies. So, I actually made a mistake kind of, because I was showing the recipe of the peanut butter, I was showing the peanut butter cookie and the sugar cookies, which it's very different, okay? So be careful. This is actually just 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of water, and 1 egg. So it's much different, whereas with the sugar cookies I was adding 125 grams of butter. I'm only adding about 45 milliliters of oil in here. So I also make infused canna oil. So there's a difference. So be careful if you're making sugar cookies or peanut butter cookies. There is a difference, okay guys? So we're gonna move on now. This is the oil. This is what I wanted to show you guys. So I got some cannabis oil left over. I got my digital scale. So I'm gonna turn that on right now. We're We're gonna tare it. So we take off the weight of this cup, and we're gonna add in our oil. It says 45 grams, guys. I'm gonna put a little bit more like about 10 grams, about 55, okay? Just to help with that potency and make them a little bit stronger. Now we're gonna move on to our lecithin, okay? So once again, always dump your lecithin right into the oil. I feel like it works a lot better. We are gonna go with the 2 tablespoons of lecithin in this mixture today too, okay? There's your 2 tablespoons right there, all done. Next, we are going to add our vanilla extract, which is also very, very important, guys. If you want to kind of hide that cannabis taste, vanilla extract. There's lots of better vanilla extracts you can get out there. You know, you can buy the premium ones, the normal ones, the over-the-shelf ones, but you know, it's just a way of hiding that cannabis taste, you know. So I'm gonna dump one of these guys in there. So that's our vanilla extract. Now we're going to take our peanut butter dough mix. Okay. One day I'm going to do baking video from scratch, guys, because I can actually do that. I just, you know, I choose sometimes to do it this way just because it's more economical, it's quicker, and I get it done much quicker, okay? It works out much better. Sorry, having a little trouble with that bag today, and I didn't know what's up. Alright, so there we go. We're going to dump in our peanut butter mix. All that goodness inside of there. Check our ingredients once again, okay? So you just want to make sure you got those 3 tablespoons vegetable, 45 milligrams. That's right here. You can dump that in. Next, we're going to put our 15 milliliters of water. So just 1 tablespoon of water in here, guys. Not much, okay? And that was a mistake I made in my sugar cookies. But it's okay. We're going to leave that in the fridge and get that done. There's that tablespoon right there. And last but not least, we are going to add our 1 egg. Okay? And like I said, I always use that Omega Naturals. Always the best eggs and everything, guys. Okay? Only the best. Alright? Remind me, I'm getting a little mixy here. We're going to put the mixer on here so it doesn't go everywhere. Alrighty. Here's our egg right here. I think I might add that extra egg just for that oof. Say oof, but that's mama's cooking coming back to me there. So we've got our lecithin. Now we're going to move on to our magic butter. So, magic baking powder, excuse me. So I'm just going to add about half a tablespoon of this stuff just to help you give it that nice fluffy rise in that, okay? So there are our ingredients all ready to go, all mixed up, guys. So the next step we're going to do now is turn on the mixer and allow this beautiful mixture to mix right now, okay? Make sure that your mixer top is on nice and tight. Make sure that your bowl is set properly. Dump that in there and set it on that mix, okay? We're going to do the same process where we put it in the freezer, guys, so that we let it freeze for a bit to get it nice and hard, so when we make out our cookie dough on our sheet, you're going to see what I mean. It's going to be nice and hard and easy to work with, okay? So that's 101. Peanut butter cookies and sugar cookies. Thank you for watching KushCrib exclusive.